What's up everyone, my name is Ben and today I'll be talking about 5 most common issues with iOS 12. Now, I have been on iOS 12 for about a month now, ever since it got released, and I've been quite happy, but I did notice a few problems. And in fact, I got this video idea when I was reading through my comments that you guys left on my previous video, and you guys mentioned that you were having some different problems with iOS 12. And if you're still on iOS 11, I'm basically making this video for you to consider these problems before upgrading to iOS 12 and basically letting Apple fix these problems with iOS 12. So without further ado, let's jump straight into the video. One of the most often reported and one of the most common iOS 12 problems is the fact that when you upgrade or update to iOS 12, you are not able to receive phone calls. Two different people or two different followers of mine DM'd me about this issue, and they mentioned that after updating to iOS 12, they often get dropped calls or people are not able to call them. Basically, they're saying that when people try to call them, they usually get a message that they are either unavailable, that their phone is not turned on, or it just goes straight to voicemail. This is one of the most common issues with iOS 12, and I'm definitely waiting for it to be fixed. The second issue is one that I have personally experienced, and it's all the problems with either Wi-Fi connectivity or battery life. Personally, I have not experienced any issues with connecting to Wi-Fi. I did find that the Wi-Fi is a little bit slower, and what I mean by that is that when I turn on Wi-Fi, it takes a little bit longer than it did on iOS 12 to connect to my Wi-Fi network. But I did notice some issues with the battery life, and I did notice that the battery life does drain a little bit faster, but that's of course a common case with iOS. Every time that we get a newer version of iOS, there are usually some battery drainage problems, which just means that the battery drains faster as you proceed to update to the newest version of iOS. Now, this is quite a funny one and also quite common. Some people found this issue or experienced this issue. Personally, I didn't, but what happened is that this issue is with iMessage, and some people experience this. And what this issue is about, well, when you are using your phone, the phone will randomly start sending out messages to random people. And in fact, I just remember now I experienced this when I opened up my contacts or my text messages. The phone literally just started sending a message. Luckily it didn't send, but it just started typing, basically lagging, sending messages by itself. So this is a common iOS 12 issue, and hopefully it gets fixed soon. But it's also quite a funny one because some of the people experience this sending of messages to people they didn't want to contact necessarily. So it's all just a bit of a joke from Apple, really. Now, I also noticed a few issues on Reddit, Facebook, and also Twitter a few days ago. And what these issues are about, basically it's a common issue with the iPhone X. So if you have the iPhone X, you probably noticed something with the display, and basically some of the colors appear a little bit more washed out. As you know, iPhones always have those incredible displays with really vibrant and rich colors, and with the update to iOS 12 on iPhone 10, some people experience a bit of a washed out screen or washed out colors. So if you guys are experiencing that, please let me know in the comments below. And finally, this is probably the most common problem with iOS 12, but not necessarily iOS 12, but with iPhone XS and the iPhone XS Max. And what this problem is about, basically it's called charging gate. And when you plug the phone into the wall, via the USB cable to charge it, if you don't turn on the display after you plug the phone in, there's a chance that your phone won't be charging. Now, this is again, I think, problem with either the OS or the Lightning port, but I think it's a problem with Lightning port. Apple has pushed out an iOS 12.1 beta, I think, and that version is apparently going to solve all these problems. Unfortunately, it's still in beta, it's not publicly available yet, so we're still waiting on that, and hopefully these problems will be fixed with that update when it comes out. So hopefully guys you enjoyed this video. If you did, definitely consider dropping it a like. Please let me know in the comments below if there are any other problems that you might have experienced that I maybe did not mention in this video. And of course consider subscribing if you enjoyed the video. Anyway, I'll see you all next time.